Okay, these are the Techno Violet switches. They are a linear long pole, full nylon housing but palm stem, just like the Corsa. Spring, I'm assuming is 14 millimeter length, double stage spring, 58-gram bottom out. No prelude from the factory, and the manufacturer's Tecsee. So, yeah, BolsaSupply Techno Violets. These were hailed as one of the better long pole switches, and I get the appeal. Similar to the Corsa, in fact, it is basically the Corsa in terms of materials. It's just linear, except this was the first one. So really, the Corsa is the tactile version of the Techno Violet. But let's not get caught up in semantics, okay? Let's talk about the sound and feel instead. So the sound is very full, has a nice bottom out and top out sound, given the full nylon housing. It's a very balanced switch, and I could totally see it excelling in both foamless and foamed up boards. So it's nice to have somewhat of a switch that can excel at both, right? And for feel, there's a slight scratch that you can hear but not really feel. And I think this is becoming a common theme. The stem wobble is basically non-existent, and the double stage spring leads to a very snappy return, which in turn could lead to a good typing experience if you like that. Um, I've said this before, but I prefer longer single stage springs instead of double stage springs, but I can't really complain about these springs. They do their job, basically. As for the price, it is, what was it, 45 cents a switch? Yeah, 45 cents a switch. And at that price point, I can't really complain. At the full price, I think it was nearly 60 or something, 60, 65-ish. And at that point, I'm like, well, I guess given the market when it released, what, a year, 2 years ago, even, it would make sense. But long poles are being made for extremely cheap nowadays, and they could get some similar sound to this. So while it was amazing at the time, if you were to sell at that price nowadays, it would be a tough sell. Hence why the price lowering makes sense. And because of that price lowering, it's not so hard for me to recommend these anymore. So, would I keep it in my Hero? I don't think so, because I think the Corsa variant, which is a tactile variant, takes this long pole uh, stem and the full nylon housing palm stem to that next level, just because it's tactile, light tactile, which is, finding a good light tactile is like finding a unicorn in the wild. It's quite tough, and a lot of people try, but it's very tough to make something that surpasses or even is on the same level as, say, like an MX Brown. Okay. So yeah, I think these are solid. I just don't think I would keep it. I feel like in the current market, a lot of long poles sound similar to this, and they're probably inspired because so many people said they love the sound that they're like, let's copy the Techno Violet sound. And it worked, and they got it for cheap. So yeah, if you can get it on sale, great. If you don't, it's fun to try, but don't expect anything super new here.